Hi, everyone. Welcome again to part 2 and 3 of the Green Masterclass. In this section, we're going to dive deeper to what it takes to grow beyond the initial level of just getting orders and getting the algorithm to promote you. This is about mastering Fiverr. This is about reaching top pages. This is about making 100,000 a year on Fiverr or even a month. This is really about building a business, about being successful, about changing your life, and really building something important for your life where you can give back, where you can provide for your family. And it's really a different realm of business, a different realm of freelancing. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean working more. The way that we're going to scale and the way that I'm going to teach you how to scale is by also optimizing your time, optimizing what you do, creating a team so that you don't work more but you make more money. Because usually you're actually going to work more in the initial phase than, when you're really going to grow. Each growth phase is when you're going to have peaks of work, but when it's going to stabilize, you're going to be very calm and not have that much work. So we're going to dive through everything. So, introduction. What it takes to grow beyond the, few $1,000s a month, a couple of orders, 1, 2 orders a day level. It takes to really manage to consistently have a great service delivery. It requires to be able to communicate very empathetically and very effectively with multiple buyers. It requires skills to hire people and to really be able to manage and constitute a team that works well together. And essentially you'll see that by maintaining this level, by maintaining the quality you have when you're small, but for a larger number of people, the algorithm will automatically promote you, but I will go deeply into that. So, what drives growth at this point? As I said, it's about maintaining this level of quality and continuously providing to more and more buyers because essentially it's like a snowball effect. The more orders you're going to get, the more you're going to trigger the Fiverr algorithm. As I've always taught you, try to think of the Fiverr algorithm as if you would work at Fiverr, as if you'd be the CEO at Fiverr. What would you want to promote in order to have a successful company? Well, you want to promote people who are doing well and who are doing more, but also who are bringing in more revenue in general. So I'll, of course, go deep into that as well. So it's about scaling and increasing capacity. So growth is now external and internal, which means obviously it comes from the algorithm and getting more orders, but also about growing from within, growing the team, growing you as a person, being able to communicate more, have processes and more strategies for your business, right? Because before, you had 24 hours in a day, you would get more orders, you would simply work more. But when you reach these 24 hours in your day, obviously your growth is limited. And 24 hours, obviously, nobody works 24 hours a day, but you get my point. So, how can you grow beyond that time that you can work? Well, there are multiple methods. You have to be more effective, you have to work quicker, but obviously have processes and a team. It's just like growing a business. A business can get more orders, but if they don't buy more machines, if they don't buy more plants, they're not going to do more products and sell more products, right? Capacity and demand must match if you want a successful business. Because what happens if you get a flood of orders and you don't have enough machines to produce enough products? Well, your business is likely going to go to dust because you're going to have a bunch of unhappy customers who are going to put bad reviews. Your reputation is going to be destroyed. People are going to have very, very long delivery times, and it's all going to crash. So what matters now? Increase capacity, maintain service quality, and advanced strategizing. Because only 1% or possibly even less, this is, from my personal observations, but yeah, Less than 1% grow beyond that. There's multiple reasons for this. Most people are just happy with, $1,000, $2,000 a month, or they simply don't believe that they can get more, right? So they work, 5, 6 hours a day. They're happy with it. They don't work too much. They don't really think about doing more, about becoming more, and they're happy with where they're at. Or they simply don't believe that they can get more orders. And most of the time, it's not that. It's actually that they're unable to grow. They're unable to install the processes. They're unable to strategize and build a team and do all these things. So, this is why I'm here. And this is why I will teach you to grow to this level. So, how? How can you grow? Obviously, it's either by getting more orders or increasing the revenue per buyer, logically. And you want, obviously, to have both. And the way the algorithm works is the more you push both of these things, the higher the compound effect is going to be. Because the higher the revenue per buyer, the more Fiverr is going to promote you. But watch out, because as I showed you before, the market decreases a lot. So it's about staying in the same market, staying where everyone is, but managing to sell more to these people, which I will teach you how to do. And increasing order flow, this is mastering the algorithm. This is all about the communication, the service delivery, and maintaining this consistency of service quality altogether. So, general tips: if you're at this level, usually you're gonna have a couple of $1,000s saved up. You want to start to invest in a good setup. You want to make sure you have a good computer. You want to make sure you have a good secondary screen, that you have all the equipment you need, and even potentially get a better apartment, a better place where you can focus and you can feel better. I don't necessarily recommend it, depending on your situation and if your place is expensive, right? You don't want to waste money, because at this point of your life you want to save up, invest in your business so that you can grow more, such as buying a course like this, obviously, because it teaches you directly how to grow more. But it can be other things, just like, as I said, buying a better computer, better CPU, working faster altogether. On top of that, you're going to start having responsibilities and also a bit of some stress, because when you get some level of success on Fiverr, you're always worried that the algorithm will drop. And a lot of sellers actually have a period of growth, a period of success, and suddenly have no more visibility and their impressions drop to zero. This is very, very common. And if you go into the Fiverr FAQ, you'll see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages of freelancers who are, saying, hey, I'm not getting any more orders. I was making 5K a month and now I'm at zero. Like, what is happening? There's a bug. And Fiverr is very polite. They're like, oh, yeah, well, this is your basically, we're not promoting you because whatever, this is how it works. Like, we have a special system which promotes the best sellers, et cetera, et cetera. But what they don't tell you is that there's a threshold to your satisfaction, and if it goes below a certain level, you're gonna go to zero. So at this point, you want to make sure that like before taking on more growth, that you're comfortable with the level you're at, and that you're able to consistently provide good service, relatively good service with good communication and over delivery, and that make sure you're self-aware as you're growing at a small level, that you're not compromising on this and getting less good at what you do simply because of having more orders. So make sure you're ready for growth, and make sure that the part you are, like at the point you are at, you're actually stable and comfortable to really maintain the service quality before you start growing. And obviously, I'm going to teach you how to increase that. So make sure you watch this, even if you're not comfortable yet, because, you can implement these additional strategies before you start really, really growing, so that you can, be more comfortable in that growth. And lastly, try to detach yourself of the fear of failure, of the fear of the algorithm not promoting you, simply because you'll never be able to have control over it. And it's been promoting you, it's been giving you orders. So this is good. but don't fear that it will stop. If it does, you'll reach back up. You've done it once, you'll do it twice. You have this course, you have me, so you will be able to achieve that. And so yeah, you want to eliminate that fear, and you just want to always find that balance between making sure your service is good but not being too much focused on like being perfect, because you're never going to be perfect. So this is all for the introduction. I hope you love the course. I'm going to close the curtains and we're going to deep dive into this second part of the course. See you in a minute.